What is genome sequencing? Before we understand that, let's understand what is genome. So genome is made of DNA, and DNA, as we know, is a double helical model explained by Watson Crick, and this has base pairs which are A, T, C and G. Now these base pairs have unique coded information, and with identification of these base pairs we can identify the unique DNA fingerprint of an individual organism. It could be a bacteria, it could be a living species, any living species which has a unique arrangement of this DNA would help us to understand which species is this. Now when genome sequencing work, there are 4 steps which are there. The first step is the step of DNA shearing. Now shearing, as the name suggests, it is actually cutting the DNA. So molecular scissors are used, and those scissors cut DNA into smaller pieces. And the second stage is DNA barcoding. Now what is barcoding? Assume that you go to a store and you see a product. On the product there would be a barcode. Now this barcode helps you identify the product, and you need not to have an individual product being labeled. So barcode, the DNA barcoding works in a similar way. So what happens at this stage is a small DNA tag is introduced, a small tag, or what we can say a barcode is introduced to the sheared DNA, and this sheared DNA, when it attaches to the barcoded DNA, has a specific information that it would carry, and it would let the person know to which species it belongs, to which bacteria it belongs, or to which organism it belongs. So this is the stage of barcoding. The third stage is the stage where we say genome sequencing occurs. Now this occurs through sequencers, and gel electrophoresis is the common method which is used. How gel electrophoresis takes place is very interesting. So what happens is 2 glass plates are taken, and these 2 glass plates are not very far apart, just half millimeter apart, and between this is the gel. Now within this gel, the DNA fragment, the barcoded DNA is kept, and this DNA is synced, and this DNA runs through nearly 30 centimeters across 96 lanes. Now these lanes, consider those similar to the highway that you are going. So there are different lanes in which the traffic vehicles would move, and similarly there are different lanes under which the barcoded DNA would move. So there are 96 different lanes, and they move for a length of 30 centimeters, just 30 centimeters, and within this the gel movement, the smaller pieces would move rapidly in contrast to the bigger pieces, and there is how this separation actually occurs. Now there has been another development here. Rather than this slab-based gel electrophoresis, there is gel-based capillaries. So gel-filled capillaries are nothing but similar to small wires, and they have a width which is very fine, similar to a human hair. So across that small human hair capillary, these DNA sequences move. Now when these DNA sequences move, they are actually going through the process of electrophoresis again. So they can either go through the slab-based DNA, slab-based gel, or the gel-filled capillaries. However, studies have revealed that capillaries work twice as faster as compared to the slab-based technique, and this is how this sequencer process occurs. Now the bacteria, when put in the sequencer, they can be easily identified using the base pair. Now you might question, how would we identify the base pair? How would identification of base pair be easier here? Now I can have a simple demonstration here. Let's say I have this book. Now on this book there are various things that are written. What I can do is I can go chapter by chapter, or I can go word by word. So if you are able to identify the base pairs, you can go word word by word rather than chapter by chapter. So if I am going word by word, it gives me a much finer detail about the content. So similarly, it happens here, and each of the base pair is being drawn with different dyes. So we use fluorescent dyes for the same. So let's say A, if it is given blue color, T is given red color, G is given green color, C is given some other color, let's say yellow color. So each of those would be identified based on the color, and that's the only way how you would be able to identify those DNA sequence. Now once those DNA sequence are identified through the process of sequencer, they are sent for the last stage, which is data analysis, and under this stage of data analysis through computer systems, this data which is gone, which is the color coded information now, so it's in the form of blue, green, red, yellow, so this is identified and different results can be drawn based on this. Now genome sequencing could actually transform the way in which disease detection can take place, and further medical developments can take place based on the genome sequencing. So a very important part of science and technological recent developments that we need to understand and the process behind it. We will be covering many interesting sessions on science and technology. Stay tuned. Good luck.